relationship drama with the best nights of your life. Your host, Jay and Simply E, hold on, get ready to enter the J spot, on Intellectual Radio.
Good evening, good evening, good evening, and welcome to the best night of your life. Woo! You have entered the J spot where we are strengthening relationships and families one conversation at a time on intellectualradio.com. We are an iHeart station. I'm your host, Jay. You guys, Ishi's out for the evening, but I do have a special guest that will be joining me after the first half. So I will be on my best behavior tonight. Guys, I want to thank you all so much for tuning in. Please do me a favor. Go to our page and like our page at the J Spot. Follow us on Twitter at J Spot. Also follow us on Instagram at the J Spot Radio. And Jay is spelled Jaye for all three. Guys, tonight we are being brought to you by the Flower Shop. That is CBD. Listen, you guys, gummies, paraphernalia. Listen, the hats, t-shirts. Go to her page, check her out. The Flower Shop. We have the link posted in the comments. That's the Flower Shop, and that's THE Flower CBD shop.com. Use reference code J. We're also being brought to you by the J Spot Airbnb. Woo, you guys, 2-bedroom luxurious condo Airbnb located right next to the United Center. Definitely go to our page, like it, share it, visit if you're looking to travel to Chicago, or if you're in the Chicagoland area looking just for a nice little quaint getaway. Definitely check us out. Again, use reference code J. We're also being brought to you by BK the Barber. So if you're looking to get faded and lined up, fellas, listen. BK the Barber, he's in Cypress, Texas. We'll have his link posted as well. And we're also being brought to you by Delaware Ink, guys. He has his nice spring t-shirts out, guys. Amazing colors. They are so comfortable. Listen, I'm coming in here next week on mine all ripped up, so don't y'all judge me. Delaware Ink. We have his link posted in the comments. Place your order today. And guys, for all of our sponsors, use reference code J, and that's Jaye. Again, you guys, please do me a favor. Go to our page and like our page at the J Spot. Follow us on Twitter at J Spot. Also follow us on Instagram at the J Spot Radio. And J is spelled Jaye for all three. And listen, before you finish, before you go to YouTube and subscribe to our channel, the J Spot Radio. And again, that's Jaye. Guys, listen, we have so much to cover, so much to talk about. Listen, but I want to get started with this. Now, what do you all think? Because this that bullish that I'll be talking about. What do you all think about R. Kelly being sentenced to 30 years? What the? I almost dropped the F-bomb and I don't even curse. What in the world? What type of justice system do we have? Listen, I'm not about to argue with whoever says he did it and whatever it is, right, wrong, or indifferent. Let's just compare some things. Can we just run through a couple of scenarios on people that did not get 30 years, on people that are free today? Let's start by 2 years ago, Kyle Rittenhouse that killed 3 people in Kenosha, Wisconsin. Oh, guess how many years he got? Zero years. Oh, guess what he's doing? Why, he's touring the country, appearing on talk shows and all this other funky bullish. What kind of crap is? Listen, I already know this video may not be up long because get to talking about certain topics, and the powers that be just be like, shut it off. I ain't famous, but listen, you say certain keywords, they don't like it, they're gonna shut you down. But we're gonna talk until they do. The next, Listen, the cop that shot and killed Laquan McDonald. He didn't get 30 years. Derek Shaven and all these other folks, they didn't get 30 years. What's his name? That killed Trayvon Martin. He got no years. So George Zimmerman, so he got no years. So how do you have all of these murderers? People actually were killed and they get a slap on the wrist, baby, and they get some freedom. But R. Kelly, now this is his alleged, this is what he's alleged, and he was being charged with. Nobody was killed, nobody was raped. So R. Kelly is allegedly, and I'm saying allegedly because all of these stories and sometimes the charges change, and I don't want to be flagged for false news. So I'm saying allegedly. So R. Kelly has been sentenced to 30 years in prison for using his stardom to subject, not shoot, not rape, not kill, subject young fans, some just children, to systemic sexual abuse. I'm not agreeing with that ish at all. I'm not. I don't agree with it. But 30 years? 30 years? Come on. For real? And we as Black people, we have got to do, we got to do better. We got to do better. Oh, that's what he get. That's, listen, yes, should he be punished? Absolutely. 30 years? Absolutely not. How you giving him 30 years and you got convicted murderers out free? That's the part that I don't understand. How do we get 30 years, but you got Kyle Rittenhouse free? How do you get 30 years and you got the guy that shot up the church a couple of years ago? Listen, he's sitting up in there on Cupcake Lane. How do you have Trayvon Martin dead from George Zimmerman, but George Zimmerman is free? I don't understand this supposed to be justice system. I mean, this is like some bull crap at its finest. Again, I'm not talking about whether R. Kelly was right or whether he was wrong. I'm talking about the sentence that he received. The 30-year sentence that he received. That is some bull-ish at its finest. I'm not sorry. I'm not sorry. This is a mess, a hot mess. And guess what? Now they know if they can get away with doing it with him, what's going to happen with regular folks? What y'all think? See, while we sitting up here jumping on a bandwagon, that's what he get. And da-da-da-da-da. What y'all think? What's going to happen to y'all sons and y'all uncles and y'all? What y'all think is about to happen? What do you, I mean, I don't understand. Like, what do we think that's going to happen now that they have sentenced this man to 30 years and we as a community, we're okay with it? What do you all think that's going to happen next? Y'all can't think that now that they've gotten away with doing that to a celebrity, y'all can't think that they gonna go easy on Everyday Rocksteady. You cannot possibly think that Everyday Rocksteady gonna get it easy. You can't think that. Because if you do, you're sadly mistaken. This should be a wake-up call for us all. This should be a wake-up call. And this is some bull. And I definitely hope that this justice system is reformed and hopefully he is given the proper punishment for the crime. That's just like going in the store and stealing some candy and you shooting them. What the heck? But again, you got George Zimmerman, Kyle Rittenhouse, they both killed people and they're free. Digest that, you all. R. Kelly is subjecting and was allegedly subjecting young fans to systemic, which means that he ain't the only one that's in this bullish. Systemic. So go get the rest of the system and put them all behind bars where they belong. With 30 years, I ain't even for it. I ain't even for it. Again, I'm not justifying nor condoning the things that R. Kelly was accused of. Not at all. What I'm saying is let the punishment fit the crime. Because if we can have a convicted murderer, several convicted murderers, if we can have them walking free, we can have them walk after taking somebody's lives. Does this man really deserve to sit in jail for 30 years? Now I know a whole bunch of y'all done turned y'all back and y'all don't like him and all this and that. I know that's how y'all feel. And guess what? You entitled to feel that way. And I'm not trying to change your mind. But yeah, like LaJuan just said, make the punishment fit the crime. Let the punishment, let me rephrase that. Let the punishment for black people fit the crime, because the punishment always fit the crime for other races and for other nationalities. It always fits, but for black people, it never fits the crime. So we definitely have to do better. And as I said, that bull-ish, that 30 years for R. Kelly, that's some bull. That is some straight up bull. But you guys, let me know what you think about that. Are you on board with that? How do you feel about the sentencing with R. Kelly receiving 30 years? You can, if you want to talk to me, 708-223-8953. Again, that number is 708-223-8953. Guys, we have to definitely be mindful. This is not the time to not be aware of what's going on. This is not the time to sit up here and have your head in the clouds, because it's so much ish going on. We got to pay attention. We got to pay attention. People say, oh, you got to stay woke. No, you better be, if you woke, listen, you better be woke and paying attention. Doggone it. Don't just be woke. Pay attention, watch and listen. But look at what's going on. It's a lot of ish going on. And guys, we just definitely have to get better as a community. Black people, we got to start having each other back. We got to stop hating on each other. We got to stop, just because we don't like a person don't mean that this type of ish should be acceptable. Just because you don't like him don't mean that he deserves to go down like this. It does not mean that. And it's not fair. And this just goes to show, this is just another one of many examples on the bullish that we call a justice system. Was that really justice? Was justice really served in this case with R. Kelly receiving 30 years in prison for those crimes? So definitely drop your comments. Again, if you want to talk about it, 708-223-8953. Again, that number is 708-223-8953. Now listen, you all, this next hot topic. Now see, I'm told we have talked about this extensively. We have had a nice heart-to-heart about this down through the years, you all. We have talked about these threesomes. See, and I have advised you all, listen, don't open up that can of worms. Do not touch that Pandora's box. But do y'all listen to me? Nope. Y'all don't want to listen to me. So now it's being reported, and allegedly there's a huge fight that broke out on Carnival Cruise Line. Baby, they was in the middle of the water getting it. Baby, they was rocking that ship from left to right, front to back. They was rocking it. It's reportedly about 60 people were in a fight all over a threesome gone wrong. Now see, that's what I'm saying. It's that bullish. See, now I know what it is. See, somebody got up in there and they was doing a little bit too much moaning. They was doing a little bit too much groaning, and then somebody got mad, or after the fact, after the threesome was over, it's a ship. They done got caught hooking up together. I done told y'all, listen, that bullish don't work. Or what if his package was bigger than her man package? And now, listen, the threesome went wrong. If y'all want to see more and hear more about the story, it's on our page. The J Spot is in Grown and Sexy Conversations with Jay, as well as Grown and Sexy Conversations with the J Spot. You all stop opening up. Now, see, that was unnecessary. Now they up there. Now the folks can't even enjoy the cruise. Now you sitting up here, y'all fighting, rocking. Listen, do you know how bad my anxiety would be to be on that ship, knowing that, listen, we could go down because these folks up in there acting a full-fledged clown over a threesome, you all. A threesome that has gone wrong. We look, you all, and I looked at the video, you all, and I'm sorry. Black folks, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. That's all I can say because y'all know it was us. I'm sorry. Okay. I just want to apologize on behalf of everybody that showed their natural behinds on that Carnival Cruise Line fighting over a threesome that went wrong. I mean, how do you explain that? So now they get off the ship and they got to explain to the authorities, why did the fight start? Well, I told her not to suck it all like that, and she was sucking it like that anyway. Then she gonna start making all these sounds. I told her not to be making all these sounds. Or I told him not to be sitting up there grabbing her hair and not to be kissing her and looking her in her eyes. He broke the rules of the, wait, see, that's why y'all shouldn't be doing this ish. How you gonna say, oh, we had an agreement, we had some rules. Okay. And when you get up in the heat of the moment, all bets are off. She was up in there, baby, 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 oh. He like, whose is it? Whose is it? Forget her man sitting right there looking, and then she tell whose is it? It's yours, Rufus. Now her dude Tony. Now listen, now they look. Now all bets are off. See how y'all be letting y'all listen. Your carnal lust will get you. And yes, I'm sitting, I'm judging because it's funny because we've talked about this. Stop bringing them other folks up in your bedroom, and then you thinking everything's just gonna be fine. He didn't know that she was going to be sitting up here slurping on him like a slushy behind his back. But that's what she got caught doing probably. She was up in that room, up in the little utility closet, and they was just up in there just getting it on. He like, whoa, bro, the threesome was yesterday. What y'all doing? It was good. It's part 2. Well, you didn't invite me in, or God forbid the 2 chicks got together, and now they don't need him. Listen, whatever happened, I'm going to keep my eye on the story because it is developing now as we speak. I'm going to keep my eye on that story because I want to know who was the culprit, who was the one that violated the boundaries of said threesome. But you know what? Listen, that still didn't get them folks no right to sit up there and clown on that doggone Carnival Cruise Line. See, now y'all just done added another place to where folks gonna say we can't act right, we can't go nowhere, they can't take us nowhere. Yeah, they can take us somewhere. Listen, just leave your freaky fantasies on land. They thought that they was gonna get out there in the middle of the water and it's all sexy and mystical and just and they thought they was just out there just baby. Whose is it? Mine, yours. Yep. And then when somebody left, they pulled back up to the room and then they heard them sounds and they like, dang, this is what he was doing yesterday. They like, wait a minute. This chick may not be up in his. And then you get up in there and guess what? She face down, slobbing on Bob, and it's not yours. Bob ain't yours. She ain't slobbing on yours. She's slobbing on Bob from yesterday. And now you mad. Or he got his face in Pandora's box. Guess what? It's not your box. He got his face in somebody else's box. Because y'all want to go around doing these doggone threesomes. I'm telling you, threesome gone wrong. Now it's caused these folks to have a big scuffle out in the middle of the water on a Carnival Cruise Line. Now, if that ain't some bull junkie, I don't know what is. If that ain't some bull junkie, I swear for Lord, when I heard that story, when I read it, I was on the floor dying laughing. I said, because see, this right here, that's what I'm saying. Keep your partner to yourself. You have to find some other creative ways to get your freak on. But by all means, please, 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 as much as possible, resist these other people. Especially, listen, it's sad to say, you all, a lot of us don't have any integrity. A lot of us go into situations with crooked intentions in the first place. So you sitting up here thinking that you finna get your little jollies on and all this and that, and now you don't ruin your whole relationship or your whole marriage. Now it's just out literally in the water, because that's what they was at. You know, they was out there in the water fighting on the ship over a threesome gone wrong. You all keep other folks out your bed, keep other folks out your relationship. LaJuan, you're saying that's the kind of stuff that makes us black folks look bad. Absolutely. But just people in general. I mean, but we are specifically talking about black folks because we was the ones, unfortunately, in that video. But can you imagine being another guest, another passenger on that boat? I know for me, oh, all bets would have been off. Oh my God. I'm like, listen, you all gonna have to get the paramedic, the psych, y'all gonna have to helicopter me up out of here, because I'm not gonna be able to deal with this foolery that just took place right here. And they all still on a boat. What you gonna do? How you gonna contain 60 people on a boat from fighting again? Like, I don't understand, how do you do that unless it's two officers and y'all break them up into a group of 10. But I'm just wondering, how did they finally contain that? Because baby, they said that fight went on for about an hour. You know that's a mess over a threesome. You all govern yourselves accordingly. Keep folk out your bed, out your bedroom. Keep your situation between you and your partner. Stop inviting other folks to y'all situations. Listen, if y'all want to spice it up, listen, go to the freak stores. It's a lot of different ways to spice up your relationship that does not involve bringing another person involved. But this is why we talk about this, because this ish really happens. Again, everybody is not going to follow the rules. You can have 12,000 meetings before the threesome. Y'all can sign as many disclosures and contracts and things and agreements that y'all want to. But listen, when you get right down to it and y'all get into it and it get good, who thinking rationally? Who thinking about a 20-page contract that was signed? Ain't nobody thinking about that when they trying to get theirs. When they trying to bust one or two, ain't nobody thinking about, oh, well, he said don't enjoy it like that. She said, I better not act like I'm having fun. I better not act like, oh, girl, better than she is. But all that goes out the door. Out the door in the water, in this case, when you in the midst of it. It done got good and everybody done forgot the lies that they done signed off and agreed to. So you all listen. Keep your partners to yourself. Find another creative way to spice up things in your sex life. Find other ways, because again, this ish right here with bringing these other folks, listen, y'all ain't gonna have a home to go home to. You're not gonna have a relationship if y'all keep on bringing everybody, Tom and Jerry, everybody into the fold. Ain't nobody gonna have no relationship. You know why? Because everybody want to see and do what they listen. You are not a Pornhub video, so stop it. Okay, stop it, because you don't know what happened in them folks' life once that doggone video stopped rolling. You don't know what them folks did. So stop trying to go in there. Oh, we finna react. Oh, I seen that. Did you see Dirty Red over there? Yeah, we finna react. Okay, now look, Dirty Red. Now your house torn up. Now you ain't got now you ain't got nothing. Now you done tore everything up because you trying to think that you on a movie twice. You not. Keep them folks out of your bedroom, out of your bed, and out of your business. You all, we're going to take a short musical break. And when we return, we have more hot topics to get into. Stay tuned. You don't want to miss it. You're listening to the J Spot, where we are strengthening relationships and families, one conversation at a time. They're on that Carnival Cruise Line. Oh, 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 baby, baby, baby. He's like, whose is it? Whose is it? It's Big Red. It's Big Red. It's Uncle Tony. Oh, 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 oh. He was like, wait, my name Luke. Oh, God dog it on. See, now that's how the fight got started on the Carnival Cruise Line. That's how the fight got started. I'm telling you, the fight got started because somebody called out the wrong name. That's what I'm telling y'all. That's all that is. Somebody called out the wrong name, or somebody was going too long. She like, he only a mini man with me, and he up there 10 minutes with her. I be see, that's what I get. He up there putting in his best, baby. He putting in his best moves. And she's sitting up there looking like, he don't do all that for me. See, that's why y'all shouldn't have brought these other folks up in there. Because see, now you mad. Now you are not a satisfied customer because you are comparing what he did with her. See, now if y'all had just went on down to the freak store and went and bought y'all some other little stuff and, got y'all own little king session going on without inviting anybody else, y'all would have been cool. But no, y'all want to sit up here and think y'all some porn stars, and now y'all trying to film all these little videos and stuff. Now the threesome done went wrong. Now y'all done tore that Carnival Cruise Line up. Fighting you. Do y'all know how many people gonna have to pay for that ish? Y'all all in there. Y'all finna have to pay for all that whole room. Carnival Cruise Line probably gonna turn around and sue all them folks that was up in there fighting, acting a clown. Cause I know I would. You come up in my fine establishment and you show your end up in here, I'm suing you. You sit up here fighting, they throwing whatever, all going through the tables and the lights on the wall and all this ish. I'm suing every Bama up in there. I don't care if you caught her slurping on him like he was. I don't care. You done broke my mirror on my wall on this cruise ship. Somebody gonna have to pay. I don't care if y'all getting divorced once this ship dock. I don't care about none of that. I care about how y'all showed y'all in on this cruise, and somebody gonna have to pay. Literally, I have all of them. Let's just take all their names. Listen, anybody that was up in there, a part of the brawl and the fight. Listen, I'm suing everybody. And now he's sitting up there. I know it was a dude. He's sitting up there. Listen, his little pride just done got the best of him because he couldn't believe it. He was like, man, she never let me do that to her. She gonna let dude do that to her. I told her that's he broke the code. She broke the code. No, y'all all broke the code because y'all was up there with this foolery. Y'all was up with this foolery up here just getting it in. Ow, 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 who's out there? Ow, ow, ow. That's how it was out there sounding. Then they get to fighting out there. Whole hot mess on that Carnival Cruise Line. But as I said, you all keep folks out of your business. Keep these folks out your bedroom. And just, again, find other creative ways with the internet. It's so much, listen, it's so much that you can learn. Go back to the old school. Read a book if you need some new ideas. Welcome back to the J Spot, where we are strengthening relationships and families, one conversation at a time on intellectualradio.com. We are an iHeart station. I'm your host, Jay. You all, she's out for the evening, but we do have a special guest that will be joining us shortly. Guys, want to thank you so much for tuning in. Please do me a favor, go to our page and like our page at the J Spot. Follow us on Twitter at J Spot. Also follow us on Instagram at the J Spot Radio. And J is spelled Jaye for all three. Now listen, while you at it, go ahead right around the corner. Go to YouTube and subscribe to our channel, the J Spot Radio. And again, that is Jaye. Guys, tonight we are being brought to you by The Flower Shop. Please do me a favor. Go to her page, The Flower Shop, CBD t-shirts, hats. She has gummies, a lot of great products on that page. Definitely go and check it out. Now, for those that say, oh, I don't eat gummies and I don't get high, listen. If you have anxiety or you got crazy stuff going on, like some of us, I ain't gonna point to myself, you know what? It helps. It helps. But you know what? Listen, you gotta eat the right amount. You can't go up in there, sitting up in there, and eat a whole gummy if you just trying to get your nerves right. Listen, you will mess around and be in somebody's psych ward. Ask me how I know. Inbox me, ask me how I know. I'll tell y'all, because I swear, I ate one before. Now, I'm gonna tell you, it was from a store by my house. This is before I hooked up with the flower shop. So now I'm only going to participate and purchase from the flower shop. But I went to some little store. Now, I don't know nothing about this stuff, but my anxiety was kicking in real bad. My dumb end. So it don't say, looking for instructions and all this other ish. I didn't know what the heck I was looking for. All I knew is that my nerves was bad and I was not about to listen. This doctor here done gave me, what she give me? Some Demerol. I was like, now listen. I'm not doing no hard narcotics. I already got problems. I don't need nothing to add, nothing extra to the ish that I'm dealing with. So I eat the gummy. Now, it was one of those peach rings. Before, listen, I did not know. I swear for Lord, I didn't know. Because I don't drink. I'm not a person that drink or smoke or do all this ish, any of that. But my nerves was bad. So everybody was saying, oh, you got to try the CBD. You got to try the hemp. Like a dummy. So I was like, okay, you know what? What could it hurt? So I'm reading the pack. So you would think that they had the instructions on there. They don't. So I ate a peach ring. And then I'm like, oh, okay, sure, nothing. Then all of a sudden, I'm like, oh my God. Literally, like my face, I was having an out-of-body experience. Like my heart was beating fast. My head was spinning. I was like, my face got numb. It was a hot mess. So you all don't be like me because it was a mess. And I'm like, is this how people feel when they're high? Because if it is, they can keep this ish. I got enough going on. This is not what I'm trying to feel. I'm sitting up here pacing back and forth. I'm like, oh, shoot, this ish, this that bull I'm talking about. I'm like, oh my goodness. I couldn't sit still. I was just like, oh, geez. So I called E. I'm like, oh my God, E. So she ain't no help because she was laughing at me. I'm like, this is serious. I'm like, oh my God, my breathing is off. I'm just like, oh, I done killed myself. God don't want us to commit suicide. I done took this stupid thing. I was all over the place for about 30 minutes. And then my son, I couldn't tell him what I was tripping on because I preached no drugs and all this other bull junkie. And I didn't want to be judged, but I'm sitting up here, I'm dying, fam. I'm like, oh my God, all over a Peachio because I ate the whole thing. So when he decided to finally join me and stop laughing because I thought I was out of there, I thought that was the end of the road. She was like, don't walk into the light. I'm like, what light? I don't see a light. Where's you all? Hot mess. I thought I had Bell's palsy. I felt like the slobber was coming down the left side of my face. It was just not a good experience for me because I found out later it was too much. I don't do drugs. I got problems naturally, so I don't need nothing to push me over. And that pushed me over. Woo, when I tell you that was a panic attack out of this world. Talking about some, you want to do it? No, I don't. So now I know what my level is. I know what my mixture is. Don't go take it, eating the whole thing. If you are a person that's never had them before, don't eat the whole doggone thing. Just take a little nibble. That's all you need. If you have, listen, I have a pure system. I don't take all of that crap. I don't drink. None of that. Never have. So therefore, being the strongest thing I drink is coffee, and that don't even be strong because I get me jitters. But for those that's like me, just take a little nibble. Experiment with what your level is, but by all means, do not go in and eat one whole of nothing until you figure out what kind of effect did it have on you. Because I swear for Lord, I thought it was over for me. I'm just like, now, had I taken this on an airplane, oh my Lord, y'all would have saw me all over the news. And all I say is do not judge me, because I mean well, but my problems and my issues run deep. So just you all keep me lifted, but go to the flower shop CBD.com. Place your order today. Use reference code J. And again, that's JAYE. We're also being brought to you by the J Spot Airbnb. Listen, we are a 2-bedroom luxurious condo, guys, located right next to the United Center. So do me a favor, go to our page, like it, share it, book it. United Center, very, very beautiful there this time of year. So guys, definitely take advantage of that. And we're being brought to you by the J Spot, and use reference code J. Also, we're being brought to you by Dale Wear Inc. You all, he has his t-shirts out, spring line. I'm rocking mine next week, tore up. Woo! Y'all gonna see it. It's gonna be going on next week. So definitely do me a favor. Go to his page, Dale Wear Inc. Place your order today. And you guys, as always, use reference code J. And that's JAYE. Guys, listen, want to thank you so much for tuning in. Thank you so much, the J Spot. Thank you so much, Grown and Sexy Conversations with Jay. Grown and Sexy Conversations with the J Spot. 180 Real Talk Chicago, 30 and Up, doing us, Tyson Smith, the Real MVPs, Marshall Commandos, 180 Real Talk Chicago. Everybody that participates and rocks with us, I'm sorry. Everybody participates and rocks with us. Thank you guys so much. Thank you guys so much. I really appreciate it. Now listen, you all, our next hot topic. Now see, this week has been a week full of bull junkie. Okay? Full of bull junkie, bullery, foolery, all of it. And this next hot topic is no exception. So as a lot of you all may have already saw the video that literally went viral this week of the young lady that was the baby mama, young lady that had some kids. And so one of the fathers, she said, so in the video she said that she had 4 kids, but one of the fathers decided to bring his child something to eat. And in this video, this young lady showed her natural behind. And that's not the word that I want to say. Y'all fill in the blanks for me. She showed her natural. Just showed her natural behind. So she, in the video, the young lady was upset because the father only brought food for his child. The young lady went on to explain in the video that she had 3 other kids by other men. And she asked the father, why didn't you bring food for my other children? You know that I don't get my food stamps until whatever time of the month that she got her food stamps, but she was out of food stamps or whatever the case is. She was upset because the father only brought food for his child. Now, guys, if you want to chime in and talk to me, 708-223-8953. Again, that number is 708-223-8953. Looking at that video, you all, there was just so much wrong with that video. It was so much wrong with it. And we've talked about that before. But since it's resurfaced and it went viral, this is a great time to just touch upon it again. She showed out, but it was so much more. See, a lot of people got on the young lady's case about, how she went off and how she handled the situation. And I don't condone nor agree with the way that she handled that situation. She did not have to throw the food. She did not have to curse at the guy. And by all means, the man, let me just say this, he's not obligated to take care of her other children. He's only obligated to take care of the children that he produced. And in this case, he only produced one child with her. So let's just put this out there. Was he obligated to bring the other kids food? No. Was she right in the way she acted? This chick showed her behind. No. Was he right? Let's touch on that. Was he right? Was the father right in this situation? I've always been taught it's not what you do, it's how you do it. So let's just dissect this for a minute. So he has a kid, but there are 3 other kids there. We got to stop thinking about ourselves as adults, and we have to start thinking about how our movements and how we move, how it affects our children. That's who's important here. I could care less about the chick, and how she feels. I could care less about the dude and how he feels, because it's not about him. When I saw the video and I heard the story, I'm just like, man, what are they doing to these kids? That's what I instantly thought about. I instantly thought about the kids. I instantly thought about, man, she's harping over, bringing it for all kids, and you should have brought it. He didn't have to. So let's just get this out there. He did not have to. I think a stronger, more mature man would have handled that situation a little bit differently. I think that a more seasoned father would have brought enough food for all of the kids. Was he obligated? No. But just as having life experience and just being a man, you just move differently. Again, I'm not saying that this young man was obligated to feed this chick's other's kids. No, he was not obligated. But as being a man and being the adult in the situation, it could have been handled differently. So here are a few things that could have made that particular scenario move a little bit differently. The first one, okay, so if you're going to go and you want to get your child something to eat, why not go grab your kid and take your kid to get something to eat, and don't bring anything back in front of the other children? That would have been one way to handle it. Okay, if she wouldn't let them come out, then listen, come to the restaurant or whatever, you didn't have time, you were pressed for time, then why not go and get the food and, have the kid come out, side and sit in the car, you ride around the block real quick, have the kid eat, then go back in the house. Again, tell the kid, listen, you don't have to mention this and brag and bring this up to your brothers and sisters, because you don't want them to feel bad, because you don't want to hurt their feelings. That's the thing. James, you're saying, what if he only had enough for one kid? I'm with that. So bring that kid outside and let that kid eat in the car, ride around the block real quick and let your kid eat. I'm not saying that you have to feed her kids. I'm not saying that. But what you not going to do as a mother, we're not going to allow that. So I'm not saying you're not obligated. Get this, listen to me good and listen to me really good, fellas. You're not obligated to feed her other kids. I don't feel that a man is obligated to do that. But again, seasoned gentlemen, they look at things differently. Seasoned grown men, they see things differently. So if you know that you were going over there and you didn't have enough for everybody, again, pull your kid to the side. It's a way to do it. Have some tact and have some decorum, but you're going to bring food and you're going to see all the other little kids. So now you know what's going to happen to your kid when you leave. Now, the brothers and sisters are going to alienate your child because of the way you handled the situation. See, again, y'all looking at the baby mama and the baby daddy. I'm not looking at that. I'm focused on and I'm concerned about the relationship between the kids. That's the relationship that I'm concerned about because they're going to be idiots anyway. The mama and the daddy, listen, sir, you knew what you was dealing with when you climbed between them thighs, okay? You knew what you was dealing with. Ma'am, you knew what you was getting with when you got with him. So therefore, those two are a non-factor. My concern is the relationship with those kids, between those kids, because now the kid that's father that's bringing all the food or whatever, they're not going to have no relationship with him. They're going to leave him out of stuff because they getting back at him or her because of what you as the father are doing. So now you're putting your kid in position to be disliked by his siblings because of the way you're moving. Again, you're not obligated, but again, you're hurting little kids. You're hurting their feelings. You're hurting their feelings. We had a rule. I had a daycare. I only have one child. So I can't speak on, from a mother's perspective. But guess what? I've been a child care provider. I'm an aunt. I'm a cousin. So I deal with a lot of kids on a lot of levels. So one of the things that we used to do when I had my daycare, when I was a provider, listen, you can't let your kid, I don't care. These are your kids. Yes. So if you bringing your kids with snacks and stuff and all this other stuff, well, I'm going to have to take your kid's snack and I'm going to put your kid's snack up till the end of the day until you come and pick them up. Because what you're not going to do is have your child eating their snacks and stuff and the other kids don't have snacks. That's the principle in this whole situation. We're not into making little kids feel bad. We're not. It's equal. So yes, those are those parents' kids. But our rule here, no kid can have anything. Now, if you brought something for all of the kids, then you can do that. Are you obligated to bring something for all of the kids? Absolutely not. Just know that the stuff that you brought for your kid will be put up until the end of the day. So when you come and get your child, then your child can take that special snack or special treat that you brought for them and they can take that home. When my son was in school and we used to celebrate birthdays and things like that, we used to do it big in the classroom. Guess what? I only have one child. But guess what I would do? His birthday, we're celebrating, the whole class is celebrating. So I would find out how many kids were in that class so that I can make sure every child had a treat. Every child had a snack. Because guess what? If I'm going to only do something for my son, I'm not going to send it up to the school and keep in mind, I only got one. So you bring enough for all of the kids. I'm not saying, listen, people are saying, oh, well, maybe he didn't have enough to buy all of the kids some McDonald's or something. True that. But watch this. Watch when you look at a person's intention. The intent. Listen, it's plenty of Dollar Trees, baby. Plenty of them. What harm would it have been to run in the Dollar Tree and get a tray of cookies and pass it out to the kids? They got something. You didn't forget about them. That's the point of the matter. not obligation, but they were not left out. Again, I could care less about how the baby mama felt or how the dude felt. I'm concerned about the relationship for the kids. So we got to start moving better, you all. We have to get out of our feelings and start thinking about and looking at the bigger picture. So many people went in, oh yeah, she wrong, da 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 da. Yes, she is because of the way she handled it. But if she had of expressed it the way I'm explaining it to you all, and has she not made it about focused on the guy being obligated, because he's not obligated. He's not obligated for anything. It was his choice. He's not obligated. But it would have been a nice gesture to at least bring something for the other kids. And if he was not going to do that, then just pull your child to the side. And here's the thing, we got to start doing that in real life, for real, for real. If you're a father and you're in your child's life, because I'm sure this is not an isolated incident. This happens so much. It happens. But here's a way to handle it. Again, it's not about you. It's about your child and your child's relationship with their siblings. It's their relationship with their siblings. So yes, when you take them out and you're doing all kinds of special things with them, let them know, listen, you know, listen, now don't go home bragging to your brothers and sisters about what we did, because you don't want them to feel bad, okay? So the things that we do, let's you and I be excited about those things, but try not to brag and throw it in your brothers and sisters' faces because you don't want to offend them. That's what we need to be focusing on. But no, we want to sit up here and argue with each other and, all this other bull junk. It's not about you. It's not about you at all. It's about the mental affliction that you're inflicting on these innocent kids. That's what it's about. So you all, we need to just get it to totally together. Mark is saying, truth being told, he learning from this. Who raised them? And then James is saying he was the last of the kids. Maybe the other kids talked back and very disrespectful and he cut them off. Trust me, it happens. I understand that. But again, you're focusing on the relationship. These are kids. These are kids. So if that's the case, if he cut them off, then you pull your child to the side. You take your child outside and let your child eat and all this and that. Because whether you cut them off or not, understand this is what you have to think about. There's still ramifications for your child. When you leave, your child is going to feel the wrath from their brothers and sisters. Understand that. They're going to feel the wrath on that. So just understand what I'm saying with that. And James just said, I want to know what happened in the breakup. Dude might be redemptive. And then guess what? To find out. And we'll talk about this when we return from our break. But they're saying that this is just a skit. Who would have known? So guys, listen, we're going to take a short musical break. And when we return, we're going to continue with this topic, but we have even more hot topics to cover. So please stay tuned. You're listening to the J Spot, where we are strengthening relationships and families, one conversation at a time. Yes, guys, this was crazy. Like, that was a hot mess. That was a hot mess. I'm just like, when I saw the video, I was just like, see, y'all gonna have me cussing up in here, and I don't even cuss. How you doing? Good, and you? It's me and you. Yeah, she's out tonight.
My coworker,
Did she want to come on?
No.
Okay.
She might be in the background.
So guys, yeah, listen, this was a hot mess.
How you doing, bro?
How you feeling, man? Good to
All
see
right,
you, man.
good to see you too, man.
I'll be right back.
Okay.
Real quick. after the next break. But yeah, you guys, this was just a hot mess. When I saw that video, I was just like, you know what? I'm about to go all the way off. But again, it's just definitely a way to handle everything. But let me drink me some water because you know, you guys, I'm feeling weird. I don't have any coffee today, and I'm just like, I don't know if I'm coming or going. I said, you know what? I need to just take a couple of days and relax off of coffee. I'm like, I'm sitting up there spitting and all kinds of stuff. I'm just like, oh, this ain't no coffee. This is just water, and this water. I've been drinking water all week. I drink a lot of water anyway, but it's always fun to just drink the coffee first and then use the water to chase the coffee down. But today it's just coffee, so y'all gonna have to just look aside me because I'm definitely, y'all know I be having my big cup with all of the whipped cream and the caramel up in there, all the caramel I can take, all the caramel and the whipped cream. So listen, if y'all ever want to have me, just make me happy. Listen, y'all can definitely give me some coffee and that'll be it. Birthdays, it's the 4th of July. Just send me some coffee just because it's the 4th of July, just because. Or Juneteenth just passed. You know, you want to, hey, happy belated Juneteenth, Jay. Thank you. I accept that. You know, half birthday just passed. You know, I accept that. Listen, it's Thursday. Just send a gift card. Just send for some coffee. Just like I accept it on, listen, it don't have to be an occasion. It's just because. Just because y'all want to give me a little treat.
Ready?
Yes.
5, 4, 2, come on, we need to come on with the mic.
You want to come to DJ Kim G?
5, 4, 3,
Oh, I can
2.
get you that other.
Well, I got you on my fast pace.
Welcome back to the J Spot, where we are strengthening relationships and families, one conversation at a time, on intellectualradio.com. We are an iHeart station. I'm your host, Jay. And you guys, sitting next to me, we have my guest for tonight. We have DJ Kenny G. How you doing tonight, DJ Kenny G?
Miss J, how are you this evening? I'm glad to be back at Miss J's.
Good.
J
But school
Spot.
so that your people can see you.
So y'all can see me?
Yes. So listen, thank you so much. Oh, I'm gonna have to adjust these cameras in a little bit because you only on this one. So okay, you on this one too.
Okay.
So guys, listen, want to thank you so much. Listen, DJ Kenny, tell everybody a little bit about yourself, your career, and what you got going on.
Oh my God, where do I start? Been doing radio for over 30 years. I've been doing projects off and on over the years with V103. Done some things with WVON just over the years, doing a lot of internet radio. Just to make a long story short, I've created some groups over the years. Chicago's very own All Stars, which consists of Black Ice, the poet in Chicago, Rico Michael Jackson, the impersonator, the voice for WVON, Mr. Al Greer, and then you have myself, DJ Kenny G, that's all over the place.
So what you got going on? I hear you got a big event coming up.
I'm in the Daily Plaza tomorrow
Woo!
at 12 o'clock, getting our gospel praise on. We're doing something special for
Okay, cool.
everybody. We need some inspiration from time to time, and every year now since COVID, I've been doing the gospel inspiration to kind of uplift some people.
Absolutely, that's a good thing.
Because we definitely need that.
We definitely, listen, DJ Kenny G, we need all the inspiration and uplifting that we can get because just the past topic before we took the break that we were talking about, and we're going to finish up with that. Listen, we need all the inspiration, all the good vibes
Yes.
that we can get. So tell everybody how they can get in contact with you.
If you go on my Facebook page, I have a Facebook page, Kenny DJ G Gardner. It gives you all the information, my email, my contact, and everything you need to know as far as where I'm going to be, what I'm going to be doing from month to month, and how to contact me for all events. I do all events, corporate, church, business, family reunions, class reunions, you name it, I do it all.
And you guys, so he'll be out there tomorrow at noon in Daily Plaza.
And it's free.
And it's free, guys. Let me just try to push this over here so they can see you over here because they can't see you. Sorry, y'all.
Okay.
I typically how E doing, and she be like, she always be on me. Hold on, we got okay. All right, we should be in there.
Yeah,
now y'all can see me and don't think I'm talking to myself because you know I told y'all about that edible, so I do. You know, from time to time I do struggle, but you know We got it in good. So listen, you guys, want to thank you so much for tuning in. Listen, do me a favor, go to our page and like our page at the J Spot. Follow us on Twitter at J Spot. Also follow us on Instagram at the J Spot Radio. And Jay is spelled Jaye for all three. Listen, you all, tonight's episode is being brought to you by The Flower Shop CBD. Listen, do me a favor, go to her page, place your order. Listen, I don't already told y'all about those gummies. Now, look, if you're going to do them, use caution. Now, for the pros, this ain't for the pros. I'm talking about for the new people that are trying to get and experience that. Have you ever tried the CBD and the THC and all those gummies and stuff?
No.
Listen, DJ Kenny, I already told him I had, tried the little gummies, not from the flower shop. I'm only going to stick with the flower shop from here on out because I went to the smoke shop because that's where they were selling it at. They sell all the little gummies in there.
Okay.
Ate a gummy and, it just did not turn out well at all. It was just because I don't drink, I don't smoke, I don't do any of that, but I needed it for my anxiety. And so I was told that, oh, yeah, you can get you an edible and this and
So what are the gummies? Are they regular candy? Or
yeah, but they got CBD in them.
So what's CB? Enlighten me. What is that?
Marijuana, the marijuana oil in there. And
see,
let me tell you, I was
know.
all off. I was all off the Richter scale. And I'm already off the Richter scale on my own. But
Oh,
listen,
my goodness.
having that, listen, I was going through all kinds of problems. So you guys, listen, just order from, stay out them smoke shops. Again, if you are not a pro with this, them smoke shops and stuff,
Wow.
those are for the pros. But she got some good stuff over here. So definitely do me a favor. Go to the flowercbdshop.com and we have her link posted in here. Again, if you new to this, listen, just inbox me and I'll walk you through it because I don't want you to have the same experience that I had. I'm sitting up here, my face all numb and my heart beating fast, and I'm sitting up here pacing back and forth. I couldn't sit down. I'm like, wait a minute, am I having a stroke on the left? It was just crazy. So if that's what being high is,
Right.
I don't ever want to be high again because I'm telling you, I'm just like, woo, my heart was beating. I was just like, oh, Lord, I done killed myself. I know that you don't even accept, and I wasn't even trying to do it. I was just trying to get my anxiety under control. And here it is. I almost took myself out. So next time I will be consulting with the flowercbdshop.com. Again, guys, go there, use reference code J. We're also being brought to you by the J Spot Airbnb. We are a 2-bedroom luxurious condo located right next to the United Center, you guys. So definitely do me a favor. Go to our page. Listen, like it, share it, book it. Listen, great location. Beautiful. Got the little hot tub in there. Listen, now people done send me little messages on how they, appreciate the hot tub up in there and that fireplace, especially in the wintertime. So y'all heard it here from me. Use reference code J. Again, that's Jaye. And we're also being brought to you by Delaware Inc. You all, he has his spring t-shirts out. Great colors. Definitely go to his page. Place your order today. I will be rocking mine next week. I told you I'm just waiting for the girl to tear them up from, to rip it and cut it up a little bit so I can come up in here and show out. So I can show y'all what the summer is really all about. So definitely go to his page, Delaware Inc. And again, for all sponsors, use reference code J, and that's Jaye. Guys, listen, before the break, so now look, DJ Kenny, I don't know if you be looking at these little videos and stuff that are on social media, but there was a video that went viral of a young lady. So she has kids. So her child's father brought some food for his child. So she has 3 additional children.
Right.
They got the 4th child together. So he brought his child some food, but didn't bring any of the other kids' food.
Right.
So she got upset because she's like, you know what? You can't just bring one child food. You're supposed to bring all of my kids food. You know that all of my kids are here and all this other stuff. So she just went on and made a real big spectacle about bringing the other kids food, and she would not allow the father she wouldn't accept the food,
Right.
and she ended up throwing the food in the street in the
wow.
video. So what do you think about that, handling a situation like that when there are multiple children involved? First of all, is he obligated to give food for all of the other kids?
No, he's not obligated to give any food, but I did see this video yesterday, and I did respond to it. And my response to it is, if the guy's living with the girl and she has other kids besides the one that they share together, then it's different where you would bring them all something to eat. You wouldn't just bring one. But at the same time, he's not obligated to bring all the children food, even though there's different baby daddies involved in that situation. But I think it just depends on the man. Most men are sensitive when it comes to taking care of or feeding other women's children, depending on their situation, depending on how they get along. And all he's concerned about is his own. But if it was me, I would feed them all. I wouldn't just be trying to do one, even though it's just my child there. The other, wouldn't be fair to the other children. They don't understand that. You know, you want to try to spread it around. If you have the money, sometimes guys don't have money to try to feed all the kids.
See, you all, I just told y'all before DJ Kenny G sat down, I said, what did I say? Seasoned, mature men think and see situations differently, because that's what I said. It's like, it's not about the adults, it's about the kids. The kids don't understand that. And it's like, again, I'm not saying he's obligated. I'm saying the same thing that DJ Kenny G was saying. Listen, and if he didn't have money to feed all of them the same thing, like I said, kids, they're suckers for treats and snacks. Listen, you could have, again, the Dollar Tree, you could have went and bought a tray. It's all about our intent and what's in our heart. If our heart is to do the right thing, then guess what? We're going to be thinking of the right thing. But it's like, if we're out to get each other and always one up each other, then that's all you're going to think about. The Dollar Tree will never cross your mind. It'll never cross your mind to just go in there and buy a tray of cookies and take the cookies and pass it out to all the kids. Everybody happy.
Yeah, exactly.
Everybody happy. Because you brought them some. They don't care nothing about what the mama is over there saying to you, because you thought about them. It was an obligation. And guess what? Well, now Dollar Tree is $1.20, the $1.25 tree, you know, but $1.25 has just helped your kid keep a good relationship with his siblings, because again, it's about the kids. So we got James, he's saying child support court don't make him pay for other kids, so why the public making him look bad? He looks bad because he moved bad, James. It is what it is. It was just a bad move. He's not obligated. We're not saying that he's obligated. But again, you're looking at it from black and white and from an adult issue. The kids don't know and care nothing about child support. It's about how the other kids are feeling. That's what it's about. It's not about child support. And Mark, you're saying you're right, because I felt it many times because my siblings' fathers were absent. And James is saying, when a man tried to take care of his seed, so many people got something to say. He wasn't wrong. No, he wasn't wrong. We're not saying that he was wrong. We're saying that it was a better way to handle the situation. That's what we're saying. And you're looking at it again, you're looking at it from the adult standpoint. From the adult standpoint, the old girl was totally out of line. She was out of line all day, all night. She was out of line. Totally out of line. I just wanted to just, woo! It was so many names I had to call. It was so many names I had for her. She was out of line. And she is the reason why a lot of men feel the way that they do about other kids, because they come with this false sense of entitlement. Baby girl, and everybody that think like that, these dudes are not required. They're not obligated. But not one time did I say obligated. I said grown, seasoned men move differently. They think differently.
Right.
Because you're looking at just the tit for tat that you and her have. You're not thinking about the well-being of the child and of the kids. Because again, once you pull off and you left your child there with their McDonald's, what you think gonna happen to your kid when you pull off?
Yeah.
What you think the brothers and sisters gonna do to the kid?
They gonna want
See,
some.
that's what you're not looking at.
Right.
What you think gonna happen?
Mhm.
Especially if the mother is unreasonable like that.
Yeah.
You really think that she watching all them kids at all times? Baby, how you think she got number 4 with you?
Oh,
You know that she had all 3 of them up in the room while y'all was Netflixing and chilling. So what you think when she making baby number 5? What you think what's gonna happen to your baby?
Mhm.
So that's what we're trying to get you all to see and to focus on. It ain't about her.
No.
It's about your kid. When you leave from that, especially these little kids today.
Oh my goodness.
Listen, these little kids, I swear, they are the spawn of Satan. A lot of these little kids, they can spin all the way around. That's just how some of these
Oh,
little
my
jokers are.
goodness.
So,
Yeah.
and you gonna leave, woo!
Yeah.
Now your kid gotta fight the whole family
Mhm.
because of you.
Yeah.
So was he wrong for that? No, but again, pull him to the side, take him to the restaurant, have a few. Listen, you need to do better. Listen, if you're gonna point a finger, why you just dropping off and not spending a little time? Listen,
Yeah.
they appreciate the meals and stuff too, but it's more to being a parent than just dropping off a meal. So if we were trying to point the blame and shift it and refocus it, that could always be an angle. But I'm not doing that because again, it's not about the father, it's not about the mother, it's about those kids
Yeah.
that are involved. So we definitely have to do better. We got to get out of our own. Listen, we done already had the kids now. You done already been up in there. You done had your moment. You done, back. Listen, it was all fun and dandy. Now y'all can't stand each other.
Mhm.
It's too late. Okay, it's too late because your children are here.
Yeah.
So you got to make the most of it. So why stress yourself out? Listen, think of creative ways to strategize, especially if y'all dealing with some unreasonable chicks. Y'all, fellas, I'm sorry. I feel bad for y'all. I feel bad for some of y'all that got to deal with this stuff. But thankfully, so another video surfaced, and now they're saying that this was just a skit. So it was allegedly just a skit.
Okay.
So
Okay.
I'm so happy to hear. Hopefully it's true that this was just a skit. Because if I find out later again that it wasn't a skit, I'm going to come back and I'm going to say all the stuff that I was going to say about the chick. Because I done held back today. Plus I ain't had no coffee. So I done held back. I just focused on the rational side of the situation. But again, we definitely, just as parents and as adults, we have to do better. We have to make sure that the children in our presence, they're protected.
Yeah, of course.
Listen, she not protected now. You can tell how the way she was in this. Listen, it's some of them, they really out there. They really act like that, okay?
Oh,
I know a couple of them. I've seen a couple of them. Probably related to a couple of them that act like that.
Mm-hmm.
Unreasonable. But it's our job to protect the kids, because if you think about it, this is why we got the mess that we got now. Look at these kids. When was the last time? Listen, they not your kids. But if you got a relationship, if you can, when was the last time you hugged one of them?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, sure.
As I said, and I'll say it always, you hugging somebody else's kid could save your kid's life. Because these kids are walking around here full of hate, full of rage, full of, and a lot of because of this crap like this that they dealing with at home that can be prevented. So now they get out in the street and they see your kid all happy-go-lucky because they're being loved and taken care of, and now that envy pops up. Now your kid is taken from you because they getting something that this person ain't getting at home. So are we really gonna sit up here and argue about McDonald's meals and what he can and what he's obligated to do? This is for all of our well-being. This is for all of our kids. This is for all of our family members. This is for all of our safety. Because if we don't change the narrative, our babies are dropping like flies every single day.
Every day.
Because of ish like this.
Yeah.
They done been raised up in environments like this, and it festers. Nobody is thinking about the kids. They just thinking about who don't like who and who right. What adult is right? I'm right. I'm right. I'm right. Okay. And at the end, your kids suffer. So guys, we definitely have to do better. But I just felt like that video, we definitely needed to just, spend a little time on that, because the behavior behind that, again, totally unacceptable. She was unacceptable, not right whatsoever. And we're not saying that he was obligated, but there was definitely a better way to handle it for the both of them. There was definitely a better way to handle it. So guys, listen, our next hot topic. Now see, you all look, it's always something. Now y'all know we just talked about the edible and stuff like that. So now what do you guys think? Would you date someone that is in therapy? Because they had a little touch, they was a little touched upstairs, and they needed somebody to help them sort some things out upstairs. Would you date someone that was in therapy? What do you think about that, DJ Kenny G? Would you, talking to the mic so we can all hear you, would you date someone that was in therapy?
Well, it depends on how long they've been in therapy. Sometimes you can take certain things into consideration. It could be somebody that you've been knowing for years, like maybe from childhood. And sometimes a different face sometimes inspires that person if they're going through therapy for whatever they're going through therapy for, to kind of help them get better. Sometimes you can say a word to encourage somebody to do better, and they're trying and it's hard. But at the same time, you also have to pay attention to how they respond to you, because if they're responding to you in a certain type of language or a certain type of way, then you need to back off.
Now, you all, for me, I always say this. Our level of crazy, we have to be compatible, okay? So if yours is all the way up here and mine is down here, I'm not going to be able to deal with you. Now, you may say, well, Jay, you seeing somebody too. I'm almost finished. You still got 2 more years, and they watching you. Listen, you under 24-hour surveillance. I can come and go. I can come to the visits and have my outpatient visits. They want to see you every week. You got to be up in there a couple of days every week so that they can. No, our crazy is not the same, fam. I'm sorry. We just not. You're going to have to wait until, yours get out, because then you're going to taint mine. Then I'm going to be up in there with all this stuff. Now I'm going to be on surveillance, and now I'm not going to be able to move around freely like I need to move around. And I got to see what you taking. What's your dosage? We on the same, wait a minute. Mine is only 2 milligrams. Yours is 250. I didn't even know that they gave you a pill that's 200. We not compatible. We not the same. So don't try to make my issues the same as your issues is. That's what I'm just trying to say. So it ain't nothing wrong with you being in therapy. You just got to make sure it's compatible.
Right.
And then that their therapy is working. Because their therapy may not be. Every time I turn, wait a minute, how the therapist gonna kick you out? Because I know some people that the therapist done told them, don't come back. I can't help you.
Yeah.
You got to go somewhere else. So that's gonna be the question that I'm gonna ask. Have you ever had a therapist that, felt like you were beyond their scope? Because if you beyond their scope, you beyond my scope. I'm gonna ask you in a nice way. So I'm like, now wait, how many times that I gave you that you on how many?
Right.
Oh, you don't take the pill, they gotta give you the shot for all. Now if they gotta give you the shot for the crazy drug, I'm just gonna tell you right now, I'm not gonna be able to deal with you because it's just too much. Okay. We're not our crazy is not the same. I'm not bashing you for your crazy because again, listen, I got the little sprinkle dust just all around me. Listen, it's just it's there. My elevator gets stuck between the basement and the first floor. I know it be y'all know that sound? It makes that. I'm aware that it don't go all the way up. And guess what? You know what? Listen, Dr. Shawinski, I'm not talking, but Jamila, wait, we done already talked about this, so we not going, when you get to talk to them like that, then they're going to be like, you know what? I'm not going to be dealing with you. Just take a copay and reschedule. That's how they be, so don't even worry about it. You can't let them alter you now. They trying to get you to hear. I don't want to be there. I like being right here, but you're going to still hear the sound. That's what I like. I like the sound, But you got to make sure that you are compatible. And again, mental health is real. Mental health issues are real. You sitting up here thinking that she's so into you. Nah, bro, she bipolar. You thinking that he wanna be with you and he keep on popping up and everywhere he everywhere you at, girl, he just worried about me. Wait a minute. No, sugar. Now see, listen, that's that compulsive disorder and all this other stuff. Now listen, you got to stop taking all these mental issues. Listen, we take them and then we try to turn them around as flattery. No. No, there's a prescription for what they doing. So listen, there's a diagnosis and a prescription that comes along with it. So do not be fooled by all of this stuff and stop thinking everything is cute. If that's not cute, they popping all up. You in Jamaica and they pop up. Hey, I know you was.
How you get in?
Yeah, I was just, I just wanted to make sure that you was okay because you know what they saying, all these kidnappings of, and so now you done accepted that. Wait a minute, he done came to a whole nother country and you okay with him coming over there. You like, yeah, girl, my man popped up on me over here. Yeah, I was over here on vacation and in Jamaica. Girl, I turned around. Girl, he was right there. And you didn't run?
Oh my.
Or he at the job and he working 2-3 shifts and he get out there and she's sitting out there in the car. He like, oh, you just came up here? She's no, I've been sitting up here. I just wanted to make sure that she was okay because all this stuff that's happening at the jobs and stuff. Where your kids at? They at home. Your oldest is only 4. That's okay. I put him in the bed before I came out. See, listen, y'all got to pay attention to all of that stuff because it's crazy. Really crazy. And it's not cute. So if y'all getting people that's doing stuff like that, you got to be mindful, but you got to handle people like that with care. But definitely take care of yourselves and make sure you're taking care of each other. And listen, it's okay to talk to somebody. I'm not against listen. We all need to talk to somebody from time to time because, again, some things come unraveled. Some people can cause you to come unraveled. I say, see, now, look, I was doing fine. Then here they come with this. I'm like, Lord, now, I be trying to get right. Monday through Thursday, I can get right. But as soon as these folks start messing with me, because I'm going to tell you, I'm going to go there. You start messing with me, then now I'm crazy. Now she got to be a crazy person. No, just stop provoking me and then everything will be all right. But mental illness is real and we definitely have to address that issue. But again, if it's not an extreme case and you feel comfortable, with dealing with that, then I would definitely say deal with it, but definitely watch the signs and don't be, if you're not trying to be serious with a person, then let all of your intentions be known up front. Don't be pulling all teeth, because this is how some of y'all be getting in some situations. You be acting like you trying to be there for the person. Now they done told you, like she told him off of It's a Thin Line Between Love and Hate. She told him she was crazy.
Yeah, she did.
She told him.
Mm-hmm.
But what he want to do? He didn't think fat meat was greasy. Then look, now he floating out in the, listen, folks will tell you their weaknesses. Don't try to use that ish against them. Definitely be mindful on how you treat people, because then now you bring out the crazy side. Now the medicine, they stop taking the medicine, or it ain't working no more, because now you done took them to a whole nother level, and the doctor ain't even diagnosed them and prescribed the strength that's gonna be strong enough to deal with the ish that you just done brought on. See, so now you're gonna have to deal with the crazy until they decide to accept that, yeah, this pill ain't working. I'm gonna need a higher one.
Mm-hmm.
So guys, listen, don't be playing around with folks like that. Just, let's just treat each other with kindness. But guys, listen, we're gonna take a short musical break. And when we return, we have more hot topics to get into. And then we're talking about our topic for the evening: careers and their effects on relationships. You're listening to the J Spot, where we are strengthening relationships and families, one conversation at a time. Guys, listen, this has been a great night. Let me try to grab. Can you grab that right there? That stand right there, so we can try to put your phone in there.
Okay.
We can try to put your phone. Do you need the air on? Can you turn the air on, please? Just okay, so we can see if we can try to put your phone in here,
Okay.
and then we can set it back there. Let me see. Can this one be adjusted? Let's see. I don't think this is the one that shrinks.
Oh, does it turn?
Yeah. Yeah. You might have to take it out the case. Probably take it, and maybe that'll help.
Oh, okay.
And then we can turn this right there, so we can both be in. But yeah, guys, listen, some of y'all be messing with folks, come messing people's worlds around, and then now you looking crazy. Now they out there doggone it, killing squirrels and all kinds of stuff, and putting it on your car and boiling your rabbit and all this. Listen, y'all better leave these folks alone. If you're not ready to, treat them, treat folks right, you can't be out here messing around, hurting people's feelings and playing mind games. It's like, if you ain't trying to be bothered, then just don't be bothered. Like, just be honest with whatever your intentions are. But listen, everybody got a little tick and a little, something that needs to go up, and the elevator don't go all the way up to the top. So hopefully we can get this, listen, I know mine don't go all the way up to the, I never sit up there. That's one thing. I will never tell somebody that my elevator go all the way up to the top, because it don't. I know they looking for me. I stay on the run. I know they looking for me. I ain't going though. I'm just not going. I'm like, listen here. Now we done already been there.
See if I can get it on there, because I can't get it out of the.
So let's see if we can pull it out.
Oh, there we go.
Yeah. Okay. So now we can
Can we get you and I both in there?
let me
We should be able to.
try to. Let's see. Okay, so we should.
Yeah,
both
there you
be-
go. Yeah, you got both of us. As long
Yes,
as
we're
I,
in it.
as long as I
Oh,
sit up.
yes.
Okay, there
Yep.
you go.
Oh, I am so proud of myself. We are on all of them, baby, because we're on YouTube, Instagram, and Facebook.
Yes.
But listen, guys,
5, 4, 3, 2.
welcome back to the J Spot, where we are strengthening relationships and families, one conversation at a time, on intellectualradio.com. We are an iHeart station. I'm your host, Jay. And you guys, sitting next to me, we have a special guest on tonight. We have DJ Kenny G. How you doing tonight?
Hey, Miss J, how are you this evening?
Good. Thank you for joining me tonight. I really appreciate it.
I appreciate being here with you.
Listen, do me a favor. Tell everyone about yourself, how they can get in contact with you, and what you got going on.
The easiest way to find me is to go to my Facebook page at Kenny DJ G Gardner. You'll find me on Facebook with email, phone number, and pretty much from day to day, Monday through Friday, I'm posting on there different things and events I might have coming up. Like tomorrow, for example, I'll be at the Daily Plaza downtown at 50 West Washington, live and free. I'm doing gospel music because we need a little gospel inspiration right about now with all that's going on in this crazy city of ours.
Yes, we do. Yes, we do. So, guys, listen, we'll definitely have DJ Kenny G's information posted up on our page, as well as the information, the flyer for tomorrow, Daily Plaza at 12 noon.
12
Come
noon.
on out,
Yeah.
get your gospel praise on in
Yes,
Daily
yes.
Plaza. I wish I could make it down
Yeah,
there. It's true. I'm going to
yeah.
be right up the street, too, at my Airbnb. So,
Oh,
hopefully, I
okay.
can get
Okay.
finished and get up there and, give me a little praise on up in there. Because, listen, I know I need it. Listen, I tell, look, when I be going to church, listen, I be like, you know what? I'm just go head on up to the front, because because I already know, see, my pastor, they'll call me out. Listen, they be like, come on, Jay. I'm like, now what had happened was, now, Pastor, look now, okay, because see, I was always getting called into meetings. Oh, DJ Kenny,
Wow.
the pastor, Sister Vance, darn it, like, what and all I be like, what did I say? Who did I slice up? I'm like, I be looking like, which one of y'all tricked? Which one of y'all tricked? Because it used to be one of them old them shifty, no good dudes up in there. Then I done sliced you from ear to ear. Now you go trying to tell on somebody. That's all. So I'm listen. I follow. I promise I follow church protocol all the time. I was born, raised in the church. My grandma was a church mother. I used to love. Woo, I love going to church. I love the old church though. This new stuff, I don't.
Old school, yeah.
I don't know now. This new church. Woo, you can come in there
Trust any kind of way.
any kind of way.
Yeah.
My grandmother is rolling over in her grave. All the church mothers from yesterday, they are rolling over in their grave. There was no such thing as you come up in there with a tight dress on. If you, you come up in there, we couldn't even wear pants in our church. You come up in there, pants, makeup, jewelry. You come up in there if you want to. Oh, Lord knows the Jezebel spirit is all up and through. The Lord don't want to see your, and I used to love it. I'm like, listen, I'm for it. Give them all of the smoke. Get them. I'm like, let me make sure. I'm like, shoot, let me make sure my stuff. Because I'm like, I ain't trying to be up in there, trying to listen. I'm not trying to have you preach no sermon about me. But here's the thing. What's right is right. What's wrong is wrong. Especially, you done been taught. I'm like, look, well, everybody trying to judge. Now, when is the judge and when is the truth? You know your skirt is too short. You know it's too tight. You know you just had that on in the club yesterday. God say, come as you are. So that's the only thing you got up in there? No, that's just the tightest thing that you got up in there. You had something ugly in there that you could have wore. If you trying to keep it real, talking about some come as you are, why you didn't wear the old ugly dress instead of the tight dress? Instead of the tight little dress, why you didn't wear the ugly dress? Because you wanted people to see you. So get out of here with all that. But my grandma, they ain't care. Listen, they would come with the long. Listen, they had some clothes for you. See, back in the day, they weren't even gonna worry about you. Come here, sugar. Come here, baby. Come here. Come here. Let mom. And they said it's so sweet. Listen, they done call. Listen, you couldn't be offended because they were so sweet with it, and listen, they wasn't gonna ask you nothing. They just gonna assume you ain't know no better. They weren't gonna. Now listen, you had some of them that'd be rude enough to say, I know you weren't raised right. I know your mama. Very seldomly. But for the most part, they had kind spirits and they was gonna take you to that back and they was gonna give you a whole new wardrobe. They was gonna have you to put your whole bed, your whole dress in a bag. You take this here, baby. Now you take this for later. And if you want us to keep it, we can keep it. But if you wanted it back, they giving you your whole dress back. But they was gonna give you a dress that came all the way down and covered your ankles.
Yeah.
They had something for you.
Yeah.
You know, I had a couple of, I had a couple of, situations, but not too many, because like I say, I was brought up and I already knew it. I'm like, I'm not trying to be, listen, I ain't trying to have nobody pastor calling me in the office, because I'm just not. But guys, listen, we want to thank you so much for tuning in. Please do me a favor, go to our page and like our page at the J Spot. Follow us on Twitter at J Spot. Also follow us on Instagram at the J Spot Radio. And J is spelled Jaye for all three. Guys, tonight we are being brought to you by The Flower Shop. Definitely do me a favor. Go to her page. She has the edibles. She has the CBD. She has the t-shirts, the hats. Go to her page. Check it out. She has some really cool product on there. That's the flowercbdshop.com. We have the link posted in our comments. Use reference code J. We're also being brought to you by the J Spot Airbnb, you all. We're located right next door to the United Center. Like, you literally step out the door and you're right there you're right there at the United Center. That's just how close we are to the United Center. So do me a favor, go to our page. We'll have the link posted. Use reference code J. Again, that's Jaye. We're also being brought to you by Delaware Inc. You all, he has his spring t-shirts out, and I'm rocking mine torn up next week. I don't know, one of y'all better not say nothing, nothing to me, okay? Because I'm wearing it torn up. So definitely go to his page, Delaware Inc. Again, use reference code J, and that's Jaye. Now, guys, listen. We had this hot topic. Now, here we go. Tonight we are just talking about families, because you know what? We're really trying to help everybody get it together. It's so much going on in these family dynamics that we got to do a better job. So here's the scenario. A father pays $700 in child support. The mother asked him to go half on a birthday party for their child. Is he wrong if he says no? Let me see how y'all gonna answer this. Is he wrong for saying no? So he's already given $700 for child support. Mm-hmm. Now she's throwing a birthday party and she wants him to go half on the party. Is he wrong if he says no? What do you think about that, DJ Kenny? Is he wrong if he says no?
If he's already given her $700 a month, that's a lot of money for child support, and we already know what happens to that money. I would have to say no, because if you're getting this kind of money from me once a month, if you can't pay for a child's party or our child's party with that kind of money, you don't need another penny or anything from me.
Now, see, you all, I looked at this a little bit differently. Now, see, again, I'm going to go back to what we talked about earlier. Now, $700 is definitely a lot of money.
Yes.
However, if maybe the kid may be in a private school and that money, most 500 of those dollars are paying tuition. So then that means that it's another $200 that she has to actually take care of the kid. So my thing is, $700 is a lot of money. So if she's not trying to have some type of crazy lavish birthday party with all of this crazy, the bouncy, listen, because these parties for these kids, people are getting ridiculous with these parties. I'm not paying no $1,000 for no party. I'm not paying no $2,000. Listen, I would say no, just even if I had no. We not doing all that. What is you doing all that for?
Exactly.
You not a celebrity, and even some of them, listen, them kids be turning out to be spoiled, doggone rotten. So it's like you got to be mindful. Listen, if you're saying no just because you paying $700 and you just want to make her mad, you just don't want to do it, then that's one thing. But if you saying no because of the $700 and you just can't do it, then that's a different thing. And then it's like also if you're saying no because she's trying to pay have $1,000 party, is she trying to pay have a $2,000 party, then of course the answer gonna be no. But if the party is $400 and she asking you for an extra $200, like, I mean, if you got it, me personally, I don't see the problem. Like, if you got it, but if you don't, then you don't, and then you just gonna have to downsize. You have to downsize that doggone party.
Yeah. Yeah.
Listen, take them. Listen, have a little party in the backyard.
Yeah.
Get the little pinata. Listen, get the little look. It's so many different. I don't even remember. I ain't never had no expensive parties like that because I was one that got child support and I was paying tuition. So the tuition, the child support was covering the tuition. So I'm like, and I didn't ask him for any extra money. I'm like, okay, if you decide to do something, because I was getting a decent amount or whatever, but if you decide to do something extra, then that's fine. I mean, if you don't, I mean, that's fine too. Like, I mean, I'm not going to be chasing you over them. I got too much stuff to do. Right. That's how it was for me. I'm like, my life is not bound by spending time in child support court. I'm not finna do it. I got too much stuff to do. Yeah. I got doggone it golf games to go to, track meets. Listen, don't you pull me into this doggone court. Okay. Don't you pull. Listen, whatever they say, we just gonna have to make do with, and maybe again because I did get a decent amount, so maybe that's why I can look at it from that way. But I mean, again, I wasn't sitting up there getting my hair, and they like, oh well, when the child support, she getting her hair and her nails done. Listen, that depends on who you had a child by. But if you had a kid by a woman that is gainfully employed, that was getting her hair and her nails done before y'all got together, sugar, your child support is going on your kid because she was already taking care of all of that before y'all got together. Now, if you got one that just came up on your child support, your fault. You, my friend, should have put your raincoat on. You should have put your raincoat on. Now you mad. Don't be over here big mad because you done chose that's like, I can't be like, why you complaining over the choices that you made? You weren't complaining again when y'all was up in there hanging off chandeliers. Ow, baby. Y'all, it wasn't no complaints. So all I'm saying is don't complain now. If you're able to do it, if the father is able to do it, then that's fine. If he isn't, then that's fine too. But mother, if you are planning a lavish birthday party because you think you a housewife, you think you living on one of these reality shows, no, I wouldn't give you not a dime. You need to downsize and plan a party according to your real budget. Your real budget. That's the type of party that you need to plan. So guys, listen, speaking of planning and parties, tonight we're talking about careers and their effects on relationships. So when you are like dating, is there a specific career, in your opinion, DJ Kenny G, is there a particular career that you would say would have a high rate of infidelity? Like, oh, I couldn't date someone that was in this field. Is there a field that you would say that you couldn't date somebody
in? I guess it just really depends on the field itself. If we're talking about being in the DJ field, like I've been in for so many years, over 30 plus years, and at the time I was also working for the city, trying to do that and take care of the family. It was hard, but at the same time, it's just a matter of your focus. You're going to always have that temptation when you're out there. When you working for the city, like Chicago Transit, I was an instructor for the CTA, And then at the same time, I was a DJ also. So I was also always gone, and at the same time, trying to raise a family too. So it got to be crazy, but at the same time, I made it happen. I survived it. But as far as it being a particular field, it just depends on the job. I mean, some jobs demand your time where you have to really, like any city job, I would say like police department, fire department, post office. Those jobs require a lot of our, how can I say, attention, but at the same time, that other stuff that's going on also sometimes distracts you and kind of sort of pulls you away.
So now let me ask you this. Do you think that your career can affect your relationship status and it can affect your relationship, a particular career? Can it affect your relationship or your marriage?
It could if you allow your okay. Just if I was just straight DJing, that feel alone is so demanding because when you're doing music like I do music, and you're constantly doing different events and appearances and shows like that, it can take away because when you're doing so much and you're giving so much of yourself outside of home, it can be demanding. And at the same time, if you don't have uh, a spouse or a female friend that's understanding of what you're doing or trying to do, especially since COVID, everything kind of shut down during COVID. But then after COVID has kind of lightened up just a little bit, things are kind of getting back to normal. So it gets crazy. It can be hard on a relationship. Yeah.
So now you all, DJ Kenny G, he tackled it from the nice, wholesome part of it being demanding for your time.
Yeah.
I'm about to tackle it from how these folks in these different career fields, who out here in these streets the most, and who you got these career fields that you definitely have to, you got to watch them because some of these careers. So just to piggyback on some of the career fields, the CTA, DJ Kenny G. Now let me tell you, I know some of these train conductors
And bus operators.
and these bus drivers, operators
Yeah.
are for the entire streets that they operate on. Okay, let me tell you, and let me tell you, these folks are, listen, some of them, not all of them.
No, not all of them.
Cab drivers are for the streets that they drive on. A lot of them. Now, no offense about this DJ, and listen, they for the, I'm gonna say me and DJ Kenny G, we're gonna take us out of it, but they for the streets.
Yeah.
I would not want so many people be like they want to date a celebrity or marry. I know me personally, I would not. I wouldn't want to date or marry a celebrity, or entertainer, or football player, or athlete, or anything like that. Simply because I understand the demands of the job. I understand the temptation that comes with the job. But like I'm like, I don't even want to have to hurt you. Then all your fans are mad at me. So I'm not trying to have the whole, now your knee is busted up. So now your whole NBA career is over because now I done put some of that the little baby oil on it. Now you done slipped and busted your knee up out because you shouldn't have been out there. So now the whole wide world, man. So I ain't trying to deal with all that. But there are some careers like I wouldn't feel comfortable with dating a police. No, I've talked. Listen, because they just not. No, 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 no.
So no.
No, because they got too much access, and some of them abuse their power, and they are not right. So when you're talking about the different careers, there are some careers that can truly affect your relationship in different ways, because some careers can cause people to cheat, become alcoholics, become abusive, and become depressed simply because of the industry that the person is in. So according to an online source, the following careers have the highest divorce rates, and I can see why. 43% of dancers and choreographers will be divorced. 38% of bartenders, I can see that because they meeting people, talking to people all the time.
Mm-hmm.
38% of massage therapists. Now, okay, I'm a massage therapist, so I don't know how, like, unless being a masseuse and doing some extra things for some change, then, I guess I can see it, but because I ain't never got close to a client like that. I'm like, look, I'm getting my money and let me get on up out of here. People that work at the casinos, they saying that, listen, they are, prone to cheating and divorce. 30% of factory workers in the food and tobacco industries. I don't know.
Hmm.
That's an interesting one.
Yeah.
And then 28.49% of entertainers, performers, and sports related workers. I'm not surprised by that one, but I'm not surprised. I'm surprised that it's so low down on the list. And they're saying that these are the 13 careers that have the highest cheating rates. Now that I gave you the highest divorce rates. I'll say, and 13 careers. Number 13 is bartenders. And they are the ones that's most obvious on the job list. Real estate agents. I don't know. What do you think about for cheating for real estate agents? I don't know.
I was in real estate for a while. I was a broker that got people qualified to buy homes as a loan officer. So I saw a lot of that around with my coworkers, meeting different people all the time, guys
Okay.
and girls.
I'm
So
shocked. I was
that,
shocked. I was a little
that
shocked about that one.
yeah,
But they're saying this is the one for highest cheating rates because
it's the
they
height.
work number 12.
Oh,
It's
okay.
the 12 on the list of 13. So they say
Okay.
because they work erratic hours.
Yeah.
Number 11, entertainers. Now I'm not shocked by this one either. A lot of entertainers tend to suffer from low self-esteem according to the online source. So they're always looking for validation. The number 10 on the list, IT workers. Who they cheating with? I guess, 'cause I don't know. You keep
IT. What's IT?
for the computers, like they fix
Oh,
the
okay.
computers and
Okay.
stuff. I don't know
Okay.
how.
Yeah, I don't
How
know.
y'all cheat? They probably hacking into people's stuff, and
Probably.
I don't know. That's firemen are number 9. How are you cheating with the firemen unless they're cheating with coworkers? I can't see them cheating with regular civilians. I don't know. So I'm gonna have to talk to a couple of. I know a couple of firemen and firewomen, so I'm gonna have to get the tea on that. I'll let y'all know.
Okay.
Administrative assistants. I can see that. I can see that listen, these folks at these corporate offices, listen, she come up in there wearing them little skimpy, yeah, watch them administrative assistants and them receptions and stuff like that. You gotta watch them.
Okay.
Nurses, number 7, yes, because yes,
Yeah.
because
Yeah.
all the long hours, especially if they work at these hospitals, long hours, and then they cozying up to some of them doctors. Listen, some of them doctors be fine. Some of them doctors and them surgeons be fine. So y'all gotta really watch that. I worked for some old geezers, so they wasn't, not too easy on the eyes. It was one of them. He was easy on the eyes, but he was kind of slow. So I'm just like, I don't even see how you seeing patients. But that was just me. But but there were people that definitely were all over this doctor. Lawyers. I don't.
Yeah. Yeah. You gotta look at lawyers when they, a lot of times when they're in a courtroom, they represented, and if like, well, I haven't been in the courtroom in so many years, but if you see a lawyer, male or female, they dress to a T, and if they dress to a T and they're doing their job and they're looking good, lawyers get a lot of attention, not just for what they do, just because they're looking good at what they're doing.
See, I would always be thinking like you're lying to me, like you're good. You can fake just like what actors and actresses and stuff like you can fake. Like I would have a hard time knowing when you really telling the truth or are you trying to really get my, my mental issue worked up. Now I gotta go and get my prescription, increased. So I would always be thinking about that when you're talking about lawyers.
Okay.
But number 5, stay-at-home moms. Now, why y'all say that? Why y'all say stay-at-home moms is the highest amount, number 5 on the list for cheaters? Because she at home.
I would have to say, as long as I can remember being a child, to make this real quick and short and to the point, I used to always hear my auntie say, when a woman got pregnant, it wasn't always the husband's baby. It was the postman
Oh,
or the mailman, because she was at home.
and see, we don't even have the post. We
See?
don't even have the postman on the list. The next one is the police.
Mhm.
And then doctors. So again, that I can see the doctors and the nurses. Again, I can definitely see those.
Yeah.
Teachers. I guess I can kind of see the teachers because if they get, I don't know, unless they getting cozy with another teacher. I don't know.
I don't know about that one.
But I don't know if they getting cozy with the parents. But then the number one this was a shock to me, the financial industry.
Huh?
And this industry is number one because of the high income, the extensive travel, and continuous interaction with highly and desirable. So they're always interacting with people with money and power, and they're always going to different countries and different. So I can definitely see that.
Mhm.
But I mean, I'm surprised that construction workers were not on there.
I'm surprised
Baby,
too.
they are listen, they out there for them streets. And then another one that I was shocked that was not on here. Exterminators. Man, them jokers.
Yeah, they all over the place too.
Listen, especially if they find, I will be calling Orkin all. I'm like, listen, I have seen a silverfish and it will not go away. I just spray it. I want him to come back because it's still right there.
Still sitting in the corner.
Still sitting right on over there. So y'all gotta watch those exterminators and those construction workers. Cause listen, Lou, I hope he ain't watching. I ain't telling your business, but I'm finna tell. So I have a friend that's an exterminator. And the stories that he told me, he was just like, man, it's so hard to stay faithful.
Wow.
I'm just like, oh my goodness. And I never would have thought about that. He was like, but think about it. You spend so much time alone in these homes with these people. He was like, how long do you think it take to cheat? It don't take long at all. You can be up in there letting the baits. You done sprayed the bait and then you up in there spraying the other bait. So just definitely be mindful for that. But careers can affect relationships only if the individuals let them.
Yeah, depends on the individual, yeah.
It definitely boils all these because with anything, I'm surprised pastors and preachers wasn't on here.
I'm
Listen,
surprised too.
because look, so everything is real. So this was just a general, but it boils down to the person. You got truck drivers on here. I don't think we had truck drivers on there. Like they look, they saw them too. That you got to keep your eye out on. But here's the thing: it's just like it's the person.
Yeah.
I don't think it's so much as the career. I mean, careers can definitely be demanded. There's a lot of temptations in a lot of these career fields, but at the end of the day, it depends on the person, what their goal is, what their focus is. I mean, we're going to everything that you do, you can walk outside and be a passenger on the bus, or walk into the store, and there's temptation all around you. So it just depends on how you deal with that temptation. And then also how you deal with the stress of the job. Like DJ Kenji was saying, how you balance it out. Yeah. Like whatever your career field is, police, whatever it is, those are some very demanding jobs. But if you're going to date and be in a relationship, you have to have a balance. You have to balance your career out with your relationship or with your marriage. But it can't just be all about your relationship, or it can't be all about the job. If you got somebody in your life, you got to make a balance. It has to be a balance. Your job has to be important, but so does that person that is in your life. They have to feel valued, and you have to make them feel significant as well. But guys, listen, we want to thank you all so much for tuning in. DJ Kennedy, do me a favor, tell everybody again how they can get in contact with you and tell them about the event on Friday, tomorrow.
All right, the event on Friday, real quick, y'all. I'm at the Daily Plaza, 50 West Washington, in the downtown area, under the Picasso, 12 noon to 1 o'clock. I'm doing gospel songs, inspiration. It's free. Come down and get your praise on. Everybody needs the inspiration. If you want to find me on Facebook, look for Kenny DJ G Gardner. That's my Facebook page. It'll also give you my email, my phone number, any contacts, any events that I got coming up. You'll always find me under DJ Kenny G.
And guys, we'll definitely have DJ Kenny G's information posted in our comments. So guys, listen, we want to thank you all so much for tuning in. Please do me a favor. Go to our page and like our page at the J Spot. Follow us on Twitter at J Spot. Also follow us on Instagram at the J Spot Radio. And J is spelled Jaye for all three. And before you finish, go right on over to YouTube and subscribe to our channel, the J Spot Radio. Until next time, peace out. Good night, you guys. Thank you so much. Have a great weekend and enjoy your holiday,
Safe
guys.
holiday,
Be safe.
y'all.
Thank
Be
you so
careful out
much.
there.
Thank you. Good night.
Good night. Bye bye.